Hello everyone, welcome back to your physics class. Students, electrical mains supply for domestic, for commercial, for industrial purpose, mainly alternating current. Yes, alternating current, short form AC, or you can say alternating voltage. Because students, in our domestic purpose, from wake up to bed, every time we using alternating current, and it's more comfortable and more advantageous than direct current. Direct current means battery, DC source. Actually, power supplies or the energy supplied by DC not satisfactory, not up to the mark. So always we go for alternating current. So students, and the alternating current coming from the dynamo. So in previous chapter we already have done the motor, which is based on the Fleming's left hand rule, and in this chapter using Faraday's law, we want to make some alternating currents with the help of dynamo based on the Fleming's right hand rule. So students, our today's topic is alternating current. First of all, I am going to show you what are the advantages of alternating current over direct current. Students, you have two options in your house: alternating current as well as direct current. When the current is gone, then you use battery DC supply, okay, which again convert into alternating current. But now I want to tell you what are the advantages of alternating current over direct current. Student, alternating current, the energy, the loss of energy to deliver long distance, alternating current can deliver long distance without any energy loss. Number one. Number two, you can step up or step down alternating current with the help of transformer. Okay. Alternating current generation, distribution, transmission is more economical, means less costly than DC. So students, alternating current has many advantages. You can convert alternating current to direct current very easily by using rectifier. Okay, so alternating current has more advantages than the DC current. So our today's topic is alternating current. Before we can start, first of all we have to know what is called alternating current. See the name, alternating current, alter, whose magnitude and direction. So please write definition of alternating current. See, we can draw alternating current like this. Suppose this is a y-axis, this is the x-axis. X-axis is supposed to represent the time, and here the y-axis you can represent current as well as voltage. The alternating current may be sinusoidal or cosine wave. This is a sine wave. I have drawn sine wave. This is called the peak value. Means amplitude, both sides, positive and negative. This is called I0, peak value. Peak value of the I0 is the peak value. So we can represent alternating current I is equal to I0 sine of omega t, or you can write V equal to V0 sine of omega t. Another way we can represent it by I0 cos of omega t. If we have cosine curve, then cos of omega t. Omega is called angular velocity, whose value is 2 pi f. F means frequency. So first of all, we can define alternating current like this. Alternating current means if the magnitude of current changes, say with me students, if the magnitude of current changes, say with me, a magnitude of current changes and the polarity reverses periodically, with time, then this is called the alternating current. It means magnitude as well as polarity both changes with respect to time periodically. Magnitude and polarity changes periodically with respect to time. This is called alternating current. If current changes, then alternating current. If voltage changes, then alternating voltage. So easy. So what is called alternating means it will alter its magnitude as well as, so we get a continuous value. So we use I equal to I0 sine of omega t or cos omega t. Here I0 is the peak value, I is the function of the wave, and omega is called the angular velocity. 2 pi f is frequency. Generally any electrical instruments you can see they will be written I is equal to 5 ampere. Okay, this is actually the RMS value. V equal to 224. These are the actually I effective or RMS value. Later we will discuss about it. V RMS, later we will discuss about it. RMS and RMS value voltage, and frequency generally 50 Hertz AC. Okay, so the frequency is 50 Hertz. It means omega how much? 2 pi into 50. It means 100 pi rad per second. Radian per second. This is called omega. Understood? Omega is called angular velocity. So 50 Hertz AC means 100 pi. Student, again listen. 50 Hertz AC means 50 times plus and 50 times minus in 1 second. Frequency means the number of oscillations is 1 second. So 50 Hertz means what? 50 times 50 plus and 50 minus in 1 second. Total 100 times. Polarity changes 100 times in 1 second. So for 50 Hertz AC, in our domestic purpose we use 50 Hertz AC 220 volt 5 ampere. In our domestic purpose, in our house using 5 ampere 220 volt 50 Hertz. Understood? So 50 Hertz AC means 100 pi, and this is called the frequency of alternating current. Next we have, so this is the all about the alternating current, how you can write alternating current. Okay. So student, now see, this I current changes periodically with respect to time. Okay, this current I changes periodically. Now if you want to find out the mean value of I, so for mean value of I we can write mean value of I or average value of I over a full cycle. You tell me how much. Full value of full cycle over a full cycle, this is the half and this is another half. So this half and this half cancel each other. So I average or I mean for full cycle is how much? 0. 0. Why 0? Because this is the half portion, you can cancel. So we cannot find the mean value over a full cycle. But we can calculate for a half cycle. Mean value for half cycle means 0 to t by 2. This is for time period t and this is for t by 2. So we can find from 0 to t by 2 the I mean over half cycle. 0 to t by 2 half cycle. How much? We know the value of I is equal to I0 sine of omega t. So put here I0 sine of omega t into dt. We actually integrating over 0 to t by 2. Why integrating? Because we need a sum of all i's divided by the time. Time means t by 2. Now the constant t by 2 come in front. 0 to t by 2 sine omega t, you can so I0 constant value. So 0 to t by 2 sine omega t dt. So after integration we can write sine means the cos and minus cos omega t divided by omega 0 to t by 2. First put the lower limit, upper limit, and then for first minus outside cos omega t means cos omega. First upper limit t by 2 minus cos of 0. Now put the value. You know the omega means 2 pi by t. So 2 pi by t. T cancel, 2 cancel. cos pi means -1, minus cos 0 means 1. Okay. Here also omega, in place of omega write 2 pi by t. Please pause the video and write it down. Okay, so 2 cancel, t cancel. So I0 by pi, and -1 minus 2, and here also minus. -1 minus 2, and here also minus. Minus was plus. So only 2 I0 by pi. This is the I average value. So if we put the value of 2 by pi, pi means 3.14, we'll get 0.637 like this. You can see from your book, 0.637 or something like that into I0. So it means, students, average value of I is the 0.637 of I0, or we can say 63% of I0 is the average value of I. Means the mean value of I is the 63% of the peak value. 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 So you are not satisfied. Actually, students, you are not satisfied because we are actually calculate for the half cycle. I think you are not satisfied. We want to find the current over the full cycle, not the half cycle. So our next job to find the mean value of I over full cycle. For that we need RMS value. Root means square value. Root means square. So can I write it? So okay. So next our target to find IRMS. What are you going to find? IRMS. What is the full form? What is the full form of RMS? Root mean square. Root mean square. Root means square value. IRMS, root means square. Root means square. So first of all, student, we are going to find the square mean. Square mean means I square mean. I square mean. Okay. Now square mean. You know the value I equal to I0 sin omega t. So square it means I square equal to I0 square sin s square omega t. Put here. And we are going to calculate IRMS means mean square value over a full cycle. So here we can put 0 to t I0 square sin s square omega t dt by over full cycle means total time period t. So 1 by t outside, I0 square also outside. Now integrating 0 to t sin square omega t dt. Now you know, if we multiply it by 2 into 2. So what we get? I square by 2t, and 2 sin square omega t we can write. You know the formula, 2 sin square omega t equal to 1 minus cos 2 omega t. Am I right, student? Multiple angle formula, 1 minus cos 2 omega t. Put here 1. So integration 0 to t 1 minus cos 2 omega t into dt. Okay, into dt outside. Now multiply it by dt here and here also. So I0 square by 2t integration of 0 to t dt minus cos of 2 omega t into dt over 0 to t. So students, if you integrate cos 2 omega t, we will get sin 2 omega t by 2 omega. Cos 2 omega t means sin 2 omega t by 2 omega. Sin 2 omega t by 2 omega. And if you put the value 0 and t over it, 0 t, then what will get? Cos sin 0 0, and for t it will be 2 pi, and 2 pi for sin also 0. So this term we can neglect because we will get 0. So we will integrate only dt part. So I square mean is equal to I0 square by 2t. Integration of dt means only t. T cancels, so the result is I0 square by 2. Now we need what? Root mean square. This is the square mean. Now we need IRMS. See student, root mean square. Root, then mean, then square, root, then mean, then square. So square root of I0 square means square root of I0 square by 2, it means I0 by root 2. So IRMS means I0 by root 2. I will provide the PDF also. First of all, you see the video. Okay, IRMS means I0 by root 2. So IRMS is peak value of root 2. If you put the value of root 2 0.7 something, so 70% of the peak value, 70% of the peak value, you will get 70% of the peak value is IRMS. Okay, please copy it. I will up. Okay, please copy it. Completed. Pause the video and copy. Okay, student, now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. We will get IRMS. Okay, what is the value of IRMS? Same thing you can proceed with the help of V. So you will get VRMS. IRMS equal to how much? I0 by root 2. So what is the peak value? I0 equal to root 2 times of IRMS. Now student, listen very carefully. Here IRMS. You can also write V0 equal to root 2 of VRMS. V here voltage. VRMS means V0 of root 2. Okay. So VRMS means V0 by root 2. IRMS means I0 by root 2. So now students see why we want to calculate RMS value, because root means square means actual ammeter, voltmeter, in your lab ammeter, voltmeter, from lab ammeter, voltmeter we cannot calculate the alternating voltage or current, because in that case actually we are using galvanometer. In galvanometer, what is the problem in galvanometer? The 50 times plus and 50 times minus for AC, 50 times plus and 50 times minus. So the needle of the galvanometer continuously fluctuating and continuously fluctuating due to the inertia of rays. Due to inertia of rays, the needle will fixed and will not show any value. So for that purpose, we have to use another type of ammeter voltmeter for AC. Another type of ammeter voltmeter, and that ammeter voltmeter using the principle of power consumption. What is the power consumption in current and voltage? Power consumption, P means I square R. See here we use square mean, or we can write V square by R. Here also the voltage square mean. So students, listen, in power consumption actually ammeter, the value from ammeter or value from voltmeter will actually getting the RMS value. We are getting the RMS value, not the peak value. So 220 volt AC means it's the voltage RMS value getting from the voltmeter, and 5 ampere AC means IRMS getting from the ammeter. Okay, ammeter. Okay. So this is the RMS value. Now if you want to find the peak value of it, means the peak value of voltage, your peak value of voltage will be root 2 times of 220 means 311, which is the root 2 times of 220 volt, 311. So the voltage will fluctuate from plus 311 to minus 311 volt. The fluctuating, it will fluctuating actually from plus 311 to minus 311 volt, plus 311 volt to minus 220 to root 2. So the peak value is very high. So you can say AC current is more dangerous than DC current. AC current is more dangerous than DC current. Okay, understood? So it's a very important question. Why AC current is more dangerous than DC current? So we can say here the voltage fluctuating from plus 311 to minus, actually 220 volt. But 220 volt DC means constant value 220 volt DC. It will not fluctuate, constant 220 volt DC. But AC 220 volt means it will fluctuate from 311 to minus 311. I think students got all type of information. This is the introductory class of alternating current. In the next video, in next video we'll start with some next new topics like different circuit of AC. Okay, different types of AC circuits. Okay, till then, goodbye students, and keep studying. Thank you.